Hi, it's Kathy from Raven Vintage. Welcome back to my craft room. Come on in. I saved you a spot. We are on part 2 of the vintage Christmas series here, where we're finding things to fill our Christmas junk journals with. Little simple projects that we can make our own by whatever theme or style that you like to do your journals in. These are very easy projects. Now the one we're going to start with today is the surprise belly band, and I think it might take the longest out of any of these, so we're going to do that one first and see if we have time to do a second one today. So let's start with the belly band. So I'm just making my way through this journal. So since part 1, I've just simply added one of the scraps from my folder there. I added something to this page to add a little color, and then I added one of the cardstock pieces I had cut, the ephemera pieces from one of the scrapbook Christmas ephemera kits I have, so we can later do a really large tag for in there. It's the only thing I have added. So we're just going to move on to, we're just skipping signatures here so we can kind of even things out throughout the book, our journal. So let's do it on this page. Actually, let's do it on this page because it's a belly band and it's narrow. Okay, so that's decided. Well, for now, you know me, I might change my mind. Okay, and I just announced on my Facebook and Instagram that the freebies are now, that we talked about. A couple of you said yes, you would like them, so they are up in my coffee shop now. There's 2 different angel wing JPEGs, and there is the Polaroid frames, and then the other one is the Christmas shapes, so the angel, the ornaments, and the hearts. All right, so this, I have a piece of vellum out in case we get to the Polaroid. I'm not sure if we will or not. Angel wings go with that. Okay, so belly band. So I happen to have this tag maker. You basically need two ends that we're going to add, so it doesn't have to be a tag. I just like the shape of a tag. So there's one. Oh, no, it didn't quite cut. That's a heavy stamp. I'm trying to do that by hand. Okay, let me see if I can trim that myself. Well, that one didn't turn out very good. Let me just try it this way. I was trying to see what I was doing, but we'll go this direction. There's one, and then I do need to line it up though, make sure I'm getting the paper. So that looks good. I'm just going to pinch it so it stays put. And then turn it over and give it a little muscle. Okay. So I have my two of those, and then I would like to add eyelets to those. I already had it in my head that I was going to do gold. And I'll do this larger one, I think. Two of those. Okay. And then this is just a matter of, I want to put the eyelet basically right there, so I'm not going to measure, but hopefully, let's do this. I don't know if it'll show or not. There, let's flip it over. It might be easier to see. I want to put it right there. So let's get that lined up. This one. There we go. Those look pretty good. Okay, and then I'll put the little eyelets in them. Just a really nice finished look to this project. You don't have to do the eyelets, but I do like the look of it in this project. It's 1 and 2. Love my crocodile. That was an investment, but it was a good one. It's not something I use every day, but on the days I do use it, it really pays for itself. This is a great tool. I think they're really well made. A really, really well made tool. Something no one has been able to answer yet. See where it says on the bottom, on, off? I have no idea what that means. If you can tell me, let me know. On the bottom of the feet, it says on, off. Do they come on and off? I don't know. It's possible. Okay, so we need something for a belly band as well, like a base cardstock for that. It doesn't matter. It's going to be covered up, so the color doesn't matter. So even if you have a junk piece, I want to cut my belly band the same width as my tags. I want them to be the same. So I'm just going to give myself a line here. And I want a nice straight cut, so I'm going to use my trimmer. I just want to make sure that that's about right. It's a little wide. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Just a touch. And put that away. Another great tool. I love. Now my belly band I would like it to be the same height or just under my page. So let's see here. Trim that up. All right, and how does that fit? That is good. Okay, that part's done. Now, this next part, we want to grab a piece of something that would be, I'm using tea-dyed paper. You could use blank paper, but something that can be written on. The whole idea is that this is a kind of a secret journaling space. So I'm going to mark this as well. Don't really want to fold it just yet. We can, if this isn't quite the right height, we can trim it after. Okay, this is what I want to start with. I want to glue this to my belly band, my sheet of paper. And I don't want to get it on anything but the belly band. Okay with me so far? So I just want to glue this onto the page somewhere. Somewhere somewhat in the middle. You can measure if you like. Okay, so this side of the belly band is what will be glued down into our book. Now, what I want to do is fold along here. And this might be the tricky part. I want to fold it back. Actually, I'll make myself a crease. Let's do it this way. You just fold this one back for a minute so that I can see the edge. And then fold that back like that. and then that will get trimmed off. And then same thing on this side. We're going to fold in, this one out of the way. And then fold back. So I'm lined up to the edge there. And let's see if I can make a mark there and trim that off. I want a nice straight edge, so I'm going to use my chopper again. This side. Now, if you can't make 2 full folds without it, if it's too short, then just do 1 fold. If your paper wasn't long enough. So one has to fit inside the other, so figure out which one is going to fit the best. Okay, and then let's chop. Let me just work on those creases and then we'll chop off the end a little bit. Well, it doesn't really matter, but don't chop the end off yet. I take that back. 1 second. 1 second. That crease. Have this crease inside. This crease. Yep. This crease. Quite a few here, but let's just get them nice and flat. Okay, so see how I'm not quite squared off at the top here? So I'm going to line the bottom up a little better and revisit that crease. That's what happens with tea-dyed paper. It's warpy, so you don't always get a nice straight fold going here. Okay, so that's a little not super straight, but it's not horrible. So what's going to happen is this will be glued on to the back of the belly band before we glue it into our, and then this will fold over. Okay, so we want to make, we want to make some, we want to make a score line. And I'll give you that measurement. I just did it by eye, but I'm doing them side by side so they're the same. So I get a nice little score line there. And that is just under 1/2 inch, about 1 centimeter. So let's do some inking, then some gluing, and we'll see if we need to trim or not. Okay, ink. Well, this is going faster than I thought. I thought this one might take a while, but so far so good. I like the quick, easy projects. Okay, so let's take our pretty little tag, get that inked up. Don't worry about the end actually, because that will be glued underneath, but this, where we did the score line, you might want to ink that. Yeah, so I hope you find those freebies on my coffee shop there. If you care to download those and print those. Okay, so that's pretty. Then it's up to you about inking your pages or not. Here we're going to be opening this up for writing space. So it's up to you if you want all those creases inked. I personally prefer it, but It's up to you. Don't have to. If you want to leave it open for writing space. Let's do a light one maybe there. Like that. And we can do the back as well. Fold it back. Okay, so this is the part. Oops, this is the wrong side. Okay, maybe I'll do the top too, since that was cut. Okay, beautiful. So I guess you can kind of figure out the rest here. So we have the two folds like this. This is going to glue on the back and come around like so. It's a little bit wide, but that's okay. I'm not concerned. Would have been nice if it was tucked right underneath that. My folds are a little bit wide. My whole thing's a little bit wide. That's okay. I'm good with that. So this is what we'll end up with in the journal. And then we'll use some of this pretty twine and tie that. But this is what you want to glue down. So just the flap gets glued to the belly band, the back of the belly band. Good. And then this one here. So keep those ideas coming. If there's things you'd like to see, we can keep going with this series if you like, because I have this whole journal to fill up. So, okay, so you're with me so far. I'm sure you are, because this is pretty simple. And then we're going to glue the belly band onto the page. So again, like a belly band, we just want to do the top and bottom. So we'll do this flap, and then we'll go just a little bit beyond the flap as well, just to get a really good hold. Okay. And get your belly band into your journal. Lined up where you want that. And then this opens up for writing space. Beautiful. That's cute. Okay, and then a little bit of twine. Now you want something that you can, you're not going to tie it in a knot. You want something that you can untie to open this up. So let's try this doubled up, just because it's so thin. I'm not very centered, am I? There we go. Oop. So you can just tie yourself something, an easy little bow that will come undone. So don't knot it. Nothing crazy anyway. There we go. That's cute. Could use some sari silk as well. I just like the look of that there. Okay, so that is project number 1. That's our surprise belly band. Well, that went really fast. Okay, so I guess we are going to carry on with our Polaroids here. All right. So I need a frame Polaroid, and then I need a piece of vellum or acetate, whatever you have. These are small enough, so like even if you buy pasta in a box, like dried pasta, and then you, it has like a window. You can save those little pieces of, I would call them acetate. I don't know what else you would call that. Little plastic film. And, or in this case, I'm going to use vellum. So it's going to be a little bit of a frosted look, but that's okay too. So these freebies are JPEGs, so you can resize. You can resize them if you like. But this is the full page actual size of the. There we go. Start with that. And you can either use your scissors or a craft knife and a ruler. Let's try that. Let's try this. Don't hurt yourself. Nobody has time for going to the emergency room. There. Seems to be going through. So there's one. It's a little neater of a job, I think, with the craft knife, but okay. And then of course we want to cut these so that it fits. Okay, so I would suggest inking up your frame before you add your glue. Oops, it was this side. A little hard to tell. That looks good in old. And then this color has some aging on it already, this frame here. We'll just carefully add something to the back. Now, of course, mine are frosted. You might have something a little more clear, and you also don't have to add any sort of element at this point. You could just put your image behind, but I wanted to do like a cutout, like my paper people. So there wouldn't be a background, so that whatever background is in the journal is what shows. So let's start with one of these. And I didn't even check to see if there's a shiny side or a dull side. I just laid that down, didn't I? Oh, I didn't do that very well. I did not do that very well. Look, it's hanging over the edge. I can trim it. There we go. Now these don't need to be glued down into your journal. You could also make these floating so that they sit in a pocket, right? So there is one. I'm going to try to be a little more careful this time with this one. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have 2 cute little Polaroids ready to go. Now we just need to pick some images for them. Remember these guys from yesterday? So it looks like a dark one might be better. Maybe these smaller ones. Little baby's cute. Kind of like her. I would really like to do it let's see. She's pretty good. I think I like her. All right, so let's cut off the bottom. That's a good one. So we will ink her a little bit. Okay, so we have her, and I think I will just stick with that idea. I'll save these for something else. Her hat shows up really good though, doesn't it? Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Oops, it's backwards. Yep. Oh, I forgot to ink her. Is there time? There's time. There's time. There's not always time. There's time right now. I'll check the recording time here and then we'll see if we're going to do a third one or not. Let's try this again. There, I like that. I like that because not everything has to be big, bold, and beautiful, and this would be really cute right here where I happen to have these. This is the end of this signature and the beginning of that one where the book pages are kind of staggered. So I am going to glue mine right down. And we can glue her right down now too. This. Those are fun. I like those. My lines are a little wonky donkey, but that's okay. Looks old, right? It looks good and old. Okay, so we have those two, and then of course now we can add some Christmas bling. I think that's really pretty. I like that. Nothing overstated. It's pretty. We like the look of it the way it is right now. I'm not really sure that I want to add. Yeah, I think I like the softness of it with the vellum. I think I would like to leave that. Okay, so that's good. So what else could we do today that's quick? We could do bunting. Okay, I guess we have time to sneak in one more. I did this bunting and I didn't realize I was out of memory on my camera. What else is new? So I'll just show you quickly how I did it. So I started with an 8.5 by 11. Actually, I used one of my scraps that happened to be 8.5 by 11. But I just want to point out how nice it is to use a collage sheet, because then you already get that variety. So basically, I'm just going to fold this down about, oh, let's see, just about 2 inches. And you can cut or tear. Let's just tear just a little faster. Oh, sugar shack. Well, that's okay. I'm just demonstrating to you what I'm going to actually, I'll do the other side because it doesn't matter. They're both collaged. I just want to show you how quick it can be to make a bunting, like, and it adds, so it's so cute, so cute. I just love them in a journal. I really do. They're one of the sweetest things. I like them on envelopes. I like them on a page. Like here, I went right across the entire page. So if you take your piece of paper that's 8.5 by 11, or 11 long, sorry, I'm folding it in half, and then I'm going to fold to this middle and then fold back. Okay, so this is going to give us the six pieces for our bunting. Fold it down. All right, so this is how quick it is. So I'm just going to first of all get rid of this white business off the bottom, and you can fold this in half gently, and then just make a long, get my angle, my up and right, that's the top. Just make a nice long triangle. Just cut from this corner to that corner. Okay. These little things left, move those over. Now it should be 6 separate pieces. And they are a nice little variety already because we used a collage page, and you can just mix them up like that. This maybe here. Cute, like that. Okay, and then you're going to want to make a fold at the top. Now if you want them all to be the same, roughly, you can do them at the same time, but give it a fold and then, oops, trim off the part that's showing. Easy peasy, right? It's so fast. So they're relatively the same size. Now I think if they're a little bit different sizes, I think that's going to add to the charm, but it won't be like a huge difference. But if you are concerned at all, you can do them together and fold them at the same time so that you do have the same size triangles, and then you can also trim off your sides a bit. And then it's just a matter of adding your glue and your string. Simple, right? So easy. So easy. Now, if you want your buntings to slide on the string, when you glue, you just want to glue at the tip here, and then put your string in and fold over. But if in this case, because I went right across the page, I was concerned about when the journal closed that these would like get caught on each other. So what I did was I just glued them I put the string across, glued them right down, and then when I glued it into the book, I actually glued a little bit of the bunting right up here. I put a little bit of glue at the top. So these are loose, and then the string is just loose at the end. And I tied a little teeny tiny little knot, and this, I use this stuff again. How cute, right? So cute. Now, of course, you could make these like little toothpick flags and put them throughout your journal as well. So perhaps we'll hang on to these and we'll use them somewhere else in the journal. You could also, why not? We could do a bunch of things with these. It's just a cute little shape. And with those collage, Christmas collage papers, they're just already so sweet. So I just want to say hello and thank you so much for watching part 1. So this here in part 2. We just finished up 3 projects, but from part 1, I want to say hello to Renee Wright. She's a new subscriber. Welcome. I think you'll like it here. We have a nice group of people. We really do. I know today I didn't have any topic to talk about in particular, but usually we are discussing something crafting related and our joy of junk journaling for sure. Margie Derby, thank you very much for the blessings. Thank you. Mary, you have a paperclip collection too, and your envelopes. So good for you for admitting that. I'm just teasing you. I think that's great. Thanks for stopping by, Mary. And then Adriana is from Kingston, Ontario. Well, hello to another Ontarian. Thank you for watching. Crafty Corey's going to be working. We have a beautiful weekend for weather, Corey. You're going to work on your shed, right? I'm going to finish my grass. I'm going to cut my grass one more time. Linda, 8704. Yes, the freebies are up now, Linda, in my coffee shop. You go grab those. Shannon Rogers. Yeah, we were talking about this. I'm still trying to figure out the name of this twine. So I don't know if it does have any. Maybe it is just called sparkle twine. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out though. This was a great deal that I picked up thrifting. Nancy from Stamp for Less. Yes, thank you so much. This is going to be a very sweet journal. I'm really looking forward to doing tons of projects in here. And Margot, my friend Margot, thanks for watching. Yes, that shipping paper is a great upcycle. My friend Teresa, thanks for watching, girlfriend. Yep, those angel wings, you can grab those in my coffee shop, maybe. And I'll be talking to you anyway. And then Carrie from Created Me Creative is today's, I think it's today is her day. She's teaching her class. So let's all send positive vibes to Carrie. She was a little bit nervous about it, but girl, I know you're going to do just fine because you're very passionate about what you do. And Karen from 3263. Thank you, Karen, for the love. I appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by. So today, just to recap, we did the surprise belly band. We did some cute little Polaroid frames, and then we did a bunting. 3 adorable little projects. So we've done something on each of our, each signature up to, about halfway through. But that's okay. We're going to go back and add more. I'm just trying to space them out. I did add a card to, remember we did the paper clips yesterday? I was just playing around with one of those Tim Holtz cards and just added a sentiment, some washi, and some just something to go with the paper clip. So I added that. But other than that, you guys are caught right up with me. We're doing this together. So tomorrow is Sunday, and yeah, let's do a few more projects tomorrow. I look forward to hanging out with you then. Take care. Bye.